today is a really huge day. It is my interview day for the Churchill Fellowship, and if I am successful in this interview, I will be awarded a grant which will allow me to travel across 2 continents to go and do some research. And my chosen field is how do you make our towns and cities greener? If successful, I will be able to travel across Europe and Asia, and it's a life-changing experience. I'm hoping to be able to travel to Europe, visiting Milan and Barcelona, and then the second leg I'm hoping to travel across Asia. So one of the places I'd like to visit is China, and then I would like to end in Singapore. And I am breaking it. The building is just behind me. I'm about 2 or 3 hours early, so I'm just going to go and take a bit of a walk and maybe sit down and go grab myself a tea or coffee or something and do some more interview prep. But what you guys don't know is I've been working on this for the past 6 or 7 months or so, and the inspiration behind my urban show garden was this project. The urban show was basically, a combination of my findings on what I hoped we could do. However, this research will allow me to go and find out the real practicalities of it and how other countries go about making their towns and cities greener. So hopefully I should be able to come back and then be able to produce some really great information for everybody. I spent a bit of time walking through central London just to take my mind off the interview. And when I stopped off to go and get something to eat and drink, I ended up here. They had this cute little balcony with some balcony plants and containers, but they also had a community garden down below. And in this community garden, they grow a lot of food and veg for food banks. It's kind of fitting. I'm now in the waiting room and you can just see the panic on my face. Like a moth to a flame, I found myself somehow finding the nearest bit of green space straight after the interview to decompress. I've just finished the interview, and in typical me style, at the end I broke down in tears. I guess the passion just came out. It's I want to be able to help people, and this is such a massive vehicle, and will just help give me the credibility that I need and the strength to be able to be in those boardroom meetings and actually make a difference, rather than just being seen as an influencer. I want people to know that I'm really serious about this. But yeah, hopefully, I guess if you guys are seeing this, then it means I'm successful, because if not, I will not be showing this to anybody. Yeah, I guess I'll be coming back to you when I know a little bit more in 3 weeks' time. So I opened up an email this morning and I have been successful. I received the grant. So I will be traveling to Milan, Barcelona, China, and also Singapore to go and study how to make our towns and cities a little bit greener. And I'll also be studying the positives and negatives of ecotourism, and my end goal is to make sure that there are more developments in the UK like this, where the green space is at the very heart of the development. And hopefully I'll be able to use my newfound research to lobby local councils and governments to implement better green policies to make sure that everybody has fair access to green space. It sounds crazy just saying that aloud, But yeah. Man. Once again, I was drawn to nature as I spent a bit of time processing this news and trying to work out what next, and came across this unusual setting. You may have noticed that my content has changed on YouTube for the past couple of months or so, if not a little bit longer, and that is essentially because when I'm out there traveling, I'm going to be fact finding. So I'm going to be interviewing locals, government officials, developers, finding out how these cities or organizations have really honed in on improving green infrastructure in towns and cities. And the goal is going to be me coming back to the UK, and I will be presenting my findings back to the Greater Manchester Combined Authority. So that is Andy Burnham's office, reporting my findings back to the GMCA, and the goal would then be to see if there's anything there that can help to influence policy in Manchester. I'll then also be showcasing my findings to the leadership team within the RHS, and then I will also be presenting my findings at the Green Summit in Manchester later on this year. Ultimately, the goal is to make sure that it's not just developers who I'm trying to hold to account, but also local authorities to implement better policies to force developers to create better green spaces, but also making sure that there's equality, because for me, it's about making sure that everybody has equal access to green space. What I don't want is for me to bring back this wealth of information and only the local authorities or only the developers profit from this. What will happen is you and I, who live in the city, we will end up getting pushed out because of all of this amazing eco green tourism that I'll be bringing to the cities. So the goal, I guess, is to get myself over to these countries and figure out what they do right, what they do wrong, and how I can make sure all of us have access to green space, but also making sure that every party involved benefits equally. It might be a pipe dream, but hopefully it's a start. Hopefully it's the start of something. And I can't wait to take you all along with me on this journey. So hopefully I will be departing in September, and you guys will be coming along with me. Thank you so much for supporting me for all of these years, and it's just I can't believe each year just something next level keeps happening. But anyway, thank you very much. I hope you are as excited as I am. If you have any recommendations of places to visit in either Milan, Barcelona, China or Singapore, let me know in the comments below and I will add it to my itinerary. I've got like a couple of weeks to really nail it down before I submit it, and then boom, I'm gonna be traveling. Wow. Anyway, hopefully I will see you all again very soon. Bye. This is such an amazing opportunity, and I'm going to be taking you all with me along the way. I'm really going to have to push myself, but hopefully it will all be worth it.